Okay, so I had to take out the dog, so now I lost track of what I was doing. Yeah, that's right. 3 pioneers, grenadier, 1 Jaeger at half tracks. I'm up at 5 tanks. 1 recon, 2 anti-tank. I wonder if you hear Discord chattering in the background. So yeah, I have some rail transports. I always forget to use those. But in this scenario, it can actually make a difference, help me shuffle my units around. Maybe I should try to use it, we'll see. I can also use boats. I don't know why I would do such a thing. I could take this port and of course send my units by ship, but I see no point in that. I have 2 air transports, but I have no paratroopers and no intention of getting any. But in case you wondered, so 64, and I now have 5 tanks and 6 infantry, so that is really a core force of 75 normally, and that is a lot. That's a huge force, much bigger than I ever have brought here. I'm hoping to farm these for some XP until when I get better anti-tank. When I get the long-barreled Stug anti-tank, Sturmgeschütz, with this long-barreled 75mm, they have good defense and are super good at supporting both your own tanks and your infantry. So you can see from my playstyle that I like to move in groups of 2 or 3 controlled groups, each with its own support, and then I switch my meager air assets between them depending on where I most need it. But the most important part for me is not getting spread out, not getting counter-attacked, not losing units. I don't play on Iron Man because it's altogether too easy to misclick or do something really stupid that you don't see is stupid until it's too late, or if you forget to move 3 units that you saved for last, something like that. So I don't like Iron Man, but I don't like loading saves just because I did something stupid or things don't go as planned. And I will have to try to adapt, and often you can fix your problems by not being too aggressive, never sending out a lone unit far from support. And if you get into trouble, you can fall back a little, tighten up your lines, use artillery and anti-tank and anti-air guns to protect you while you reinforce and weaken the enemy and go on the offensive again. That is how I like to play. I'm sure there are other ways to play. Rush forward, for example. The AI also gets prestige, at least he does in most scenarios. So taking it slow, I think, can sometimes mean he has more time to build up his reserves. So maybe if you go faster, he doesn't have time for that. I also seen other people play with huge air forces, so they pretty much bomb everything. But I like to play like this. So when I say 3 groups, I will have 1 group advancing down here against opposition, no doubt. And I will send 1 group around here. And as soon as it gets around here, it could also go all the way around here. The other group will go through this or around this forest, Tequoin and Le Havre. And this is going to take some time. So if my parry attack force is going to wait for them, I don't think that will work out. So these 2 groups should be strong enough to take Paris more or less on their own. And this group only has to be strong enough to take these 2 objectives. And then when we are done with that, the parry group can go down here and also start taking all these flags while this group works its way to Caen. And then finally or at least part of the Paris group will take Le Mans. That is how I have planned it, but you have seen my other playthroughs that sometimes I have success and then I get too eager, and that is of course what happens in war also. But now I have talked for 7 minutes and not deployed a single unit. Sorry. So I will put my Jaeger here so it can move forward. And I think this is the least important theater, so I will place one here. And now I have my, what should I call it, my super gun, and I will put it forward. And I will need one pioneer here, and I will need this one, and I will need artillery support there, and anti-air, and I need an anti-air here. And now I must think where will my tanks be the most effective. I will have tanks there, and anti-tank here, and this one, and anti-tank support. And I think my so that is 1, 2, and 1, 2. These go there. Those go down here. My tanks sweep and support. And 1, and 2. And I need a tank here, and of course artillery and anti-air. But I also need to have my recon placed somewhere, and I think I will put it here. Who has artillery? Yes, artillery here. And these anti-infantry tanks, I could have one here and one here. There. So after deploying, we see interesting things. This has 0 entrenchment. That sounds maybe a little strange that it didn't dig down while it waited for my attack. I think I would have liked for the scenario to have this one more dug in. I see this Daimler Dingo. Is that a scout? Yes. It has phase movement and rapid fire and so forth. And I have engineers. Okay, so engineers, they have very high. Can I reach them? Yes, I can if I use force march. Okay, that is interesting. This cannot reach anyone. This one can go here, and this one can go there. So I think I will start by bombing the hardest target I can see. And now I can go forward. And it will push him back, and I can go here and have overload. And this anti-tank unit is well protected by this tank and by the coast. And this is one is not so easy to attack. Then I will advance my artillery, and I will use my force march. I won't attack because that is it's not suicidal, but it's not very smart. And I will go here to provide some protection. This is engineers, so they cannot go very far. So they cannot reach this one. That is important, of course. No, sorry, misclick. They will. There is my spotting plane. But first I have to now it should go forward so you can see further. Yeah. There is my scout car. Okay. So the scout car moves forward to spot and sees the following. So I think the grenadier will go here, and this one will go here. The artillery will back it up. And we can start the assault. This is heavy infantry, they are pretty mean. They will maybe try to hurt my pioneers there, unless I shoot them up a bit. So, attack, push them back. And the next one, wipe it out. I dare to go this far? Wow. Yes, I do. I wanted to go there, but obviously I can't do that now. And now I don't have air cover, so that is a bit sad. This one will go around the forest. This was a misclick. Okay, so I forget the stork again. I should probably try to... Ouch. Sad stork. It could be I lose this stork now, but that is to be expected. I don't think I have any more. Okay, it can attack. Do I want to attack? 1, 2, no. Oh, I have one more tank here, of course I do. That I didn't think about. It was hidden behind the flag. So we shoot about at the same time. Yes. They attack my engineers because they are not so strong in the open. Oh. Trying to attack my stork at all. No, it's probably a low priority target. Okay, they are pulling back. Surprising. I would say quite surprising. Okay, so this one goes here. This one goes here. Is it a scout? No, it's a tank. And now I will see. No, that is not a good unit to move. We'll see how good this ability to I will go forward. This is a Matilda 2, this is too tough for me. Just to block him from attacking my artillery there. Now it's an anti-tank. And it falls back. This I can handle. Scout, it retreated. Matildas are very good. Oh, he had fighters. But early fighters aren't that deadly to Stuka, so it's okay. There it is. Goodbye. And where is the plane that shot me? Oh, it is too far still, so that's unfortunate. I'm gonna go up here, reinforce, and also back it up with artillery. My stock. So why use elite replacements? It's because so now the Matilda didn't want to attack at all. So there it is. Have to do this. You see, I did the switch. very high initiative. Okay, it takes 1 damage. I think I can live with that. Now I have to be careful because I don't have very good air defense in this area. So we'll just do this. Be rather cautious. This tank however can move all the way here. It is protected here. And if he wants to shoot out of the town and into the clear area, he is welcome to do so. Look how high defense he has. I can't even hurt him. I'm not so keen on going out into the open. I want this closer to the Matilda so I can attack it. This is 1-1. No. This is also 1-1. Yes, maybe. Oh, it's changed to only. This is strange. I kill one unit and then the chance is smaller for doing more damage. I'm not sure I understand the algorithm. And he came out here to do. We should not do. Yes, 1 point of damage, of course, and can't see this everything. And 1 more damage. And his infantry could not attack this one because of my artillery here. Oh, clever boy, he moved away from my Matilda. But this problem now is we have fair weather. And we switch to air mode. And this one goes here. There is no point for me to go in here because I have tanks. In case someone tries to cross over. Two against that, yeah, that is acceptable. And he has to retreat. It's always nice when you do the encirclement. The plan is of course to get behind here, take out this airfield and maybe attack into this big artillery piece here. I also have my spotter plane. I can fly it down here and have a look. This is an H-35. It's a decent tank, but it's not super dangerous. The only thing that really concerns me are additional Matildas. Could be not. Yes, he retreated, and now I use my perimeter control to bypass some control. Kill that Matilda. That was very satisfying, actually. I'm going to start with this. It seems acceptable. Yes, he shoots at me. Can't do enough damage, it just does one-on-one damage. But this definitely has gone slower than I had planned. There is no denying that. Yes, here we have the aircraft gun standing next to the aircraft. I don't want to do that. I want to... Command stock. Yes, this is my big fear. They have another Matilda. Yes, now it gets steamroller, very nice. How are the odds? Yes, moving the artillery was premature, as you can say. But I will go in there anyway. Because I didn't need to move it, I could have moved it after and placed it here. But as they say, whatever. Now I can take the time to move these tanks. I will reinforce. If this Matilda tries to cross, I could maybe try to tease him by sending this one in and out. Two 6. Yeah. Good when you're backed by two. You could even send in this full strength infantry here. Yes, I might as well, because they can't really attack me there. Normally I wouldn't do that because he has no artillery support, but 2 completely drained and there is no... This one is encircled and everything. No, they're not going to attack. The Matilda might come over here and attack if it's smart enough to move away the gun. And counter battery fire. Shoot at my tank. This is my toughest tank, so he predictably came and attacked me, but since I'm in a town and this has decent close defense, I wasn't too worried about that. So we get an overrun. No. Let's not forget where our goal is. There is a plane. So the Matilda is here now. How much can I reach with this? Not much. I could rebase it down here. Oh, let's just see how this assault goes. This one will go over the river. Took some ass. I call that a very well executed attack on Paris, and I didn't even have to use my big gun. So. Can any of my fighters reach down there? That was not what I intended. But there are no enemies here, so... I will try rebasing them. But not all the eggs in one basket, because there is a theoretical possibility he will chase me away. So I think I will go here. And he tries to run. That is not going to help him because we have a clear day and everything. hurt it. So maybe I can reach it now. How about this one? Yes, of course. Revenge. I think Orleans is about to fall. Orléans. Nothing hiding here. I think I have good board control now. Nothing that can escape me over here either. So did I forget to move any units? Oh, this can theoretically move forward, but it's not going to do that. Ambush with anti-tank support. Yeah. See how incredibly cheap they are. 82 with elite replacements. Something like that. I won't assault him yet. It looks like these guys will be stuck over at Le Havre the entire war. I sent 2 smaller forces, but these guys can just sweep through Orleans, Le Mans, and then take on. I have plenty of time. Might as well. It's the 4D, it should do great damage on the river. So I can go over here. We're not in any kind of rush. I know there can't be anyone there because I have 2 range spotting. But on the other hand, probably not needed, but I got bored waiting. So now I have an airplane here who haven't done anything useful. Yes, he decided to attack out. He can do some damage, but not a lot. And then weaken him. And this time I could maybe drive this over here. Completely forgot about that one, to be honest. Okay. So nothing dangerous in this area, so they will not be attacked. This is the weaker tank. Don't have any use for this, actually. Clean him out. I'm not wait anymore. He's also going to have 0 planes. This is not favorable. And I completely forgot the railway thing we talked about. It's not important. See that tactical bombers and fighters, they get a small bonus when they are closer to their home base. So you saw when I was based up here, I could do 0 damage. Now I can do 2 damage. So it's not only weather. So why am I attacking this one? It's more a question of why not. Prestige, I get experience when I get hurt too. So there is no reason not to. gets a little bit ad hoc at the end there, but it's just cleaning up the last couple of hexes there. It's not gonna do much, it doesn't have the strength. Training this guy a little more. Okay. Tanks are pretty beat up. Just gonna leave that guy. Okay. He has some air defense. That was counter battery fire, and it shoots back. And it tries the same trick again. Now it should be severely weakened. And of course now my infantry is stronger. No, that's no point. It retreated very far. Hmm. It's very annoying. Can't it just move away? No. That's waxing. Yeah. Why not? Yeah, I don't understand this here.